All right, shalom, shalom, the whole full elect of the nation of Israel. We're going to start off this lesson by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and have taught us his word in truth and sincerity, and peace and mercy to the whole full elect, starting with 144,000. Okay, that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Slack, I'm trying to share my screen. But today, in today's class is going to be another edition of News and Prophecy. And, we're going to tie in, as you see the lesson here, the topic is Esau's global depopulation plans. And this is actually coming from an article that I didn't get to fully finish reading, but even with the little that I read, enough precepts was flying through my mind, because at the end of the day, these events that are taking place on earth are Bible prophecy. Okay. And whether you hear or forbear, hey, it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you can't do anything against the truth, but for the truth. Right. That's so right. Those that are set up to hear and be sealed by faith, through faith in Yahweh Shai, all right, we'll do so by hearing the words of prophecy. And those that are set up to be condemned and destroyed, we'll meet the same fate. And we're narrowing in, man. We're narrowing in towards those times where this devil is about to fully go rampage on the whole earth. Okay, starting with America, Babylon the Great, and on you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And he's already starting, with the northern tribes. So, any opening precepts before I get into this article?
Yeah. I'd like to go to Psalms 55:21 and read a couple of verses, because that title says it all in regards to the MO characteristics of so-called Esau. So it says, Psalms 55:21.
So-called white man.
So-called
white man. He is Edomite.
Right.
You said so-called Esau.
I said so-called.
Yeah. A spiritual slip up.
Can't order for that. Right. So Psalm 55:21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So right there in the title, it says it plain. Okay. And then it says, but war was in his heart. His heart is his mind. And this is who he is. Right. He's a warmonger. He's going to fulfill prophecy by fulfilling the role of the abominable branch. Right. These words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Okay.
Hey, brother, I have the word smoother in Hebrew. I never really looked it up, but it's a good word. The word is halak, which means to divide, share, plunder.
Wow.
A portion assigned to divide, and Esau rules these people by division, because he knows he can't just come under one banner. That's when the MOTB comes, right? The hour of temptation. But he knows that he can get, his programming across division,
Right.
That's why he has the Democrats and the Republicans, the blue and the red, playing off people's emotions, and this man divides you, right? But he has a thing called Hegelian dialect, which is a psyop, a psychological operation, which, he'll have people bickering in one corner and then people debating and, going back and forth. But the whole thing, the synthesis, it's the elite's goal coming to fruition, while you people are just arguing and bickering.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
I like that, divided, because we know he uses Stockholm. Beat you up on one side, love you over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, good card back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Verse 2. verse 2, Psalms 5 and 22. Cast thy burden. This is the exhortation and encouragement in the spirit, what the Lord is going to do with the elect. Cast thy burden, right? And burden goes into all this stuff that young elder just mentioned in regards to what Esau is going to do, right, and his family, right? So we're going to cast our burdens, right, upon the Lord, right? Because he says, take my yoke, for my yoke is easier, my burden is light, right? And it says, and he shall sustain thee, right? He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. Simply put. Verse 23. Salaki, go ahead.
No, that's right.
Verse 23. But thou, O power, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. And these days, when I look at the word power, I think of it first and foremost. It's loaded. It talks about who's going to protect us. But you people are going to see the real miracles working with our power through his servants. Okay, it says, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction, which goes into the system. The pit is the earth. Okay, and also you could say figuratively or symbolically the four corners, where this man is bringing where he's permitted to bring his destruction.
Yeah, and that system too, you know, because once this guy starts rampaging, the Most High is going to give him the go-ahead to go so crazy that the only way you're going to get out of his clutches is if you have divine intervention.
That's right.
That's how heavy it's going to get. So when you hear these guys saying, you know, like the elder brought out, Esau likes to play the left and right, so you don't really see what's going on. And eventually, because they need to get you to consent to what they want to bring in, so they play that left and right paradigm, you know, constantly. And by the time you know it, you're accepting a MOTB, and this man's getting ready to depopulate 94%.
That's right.
You know, and complete.
The last 4 years they had Biden, and what was he pushing, right? The freakyism, the kids changing gender, you know, the madness. And,
that's right.
And that programming has led to these people completely bugged out.
That's
and
right.
now they're mad that Trump isn't, you know. So now you have them on TikTok wilding out, you know. Oh, if you're a man and you're pro life, you know. I seen one today. They have a picture. It's alive, and these two hoes are talking. They're like, the meme is soldiers in World War II, and it said pro-life men should be drafted first. And they're just on live talking shit about men, and you know, just but that's the programming that these people are on. And then you have the Republicans, you know, the so-called good old boys, you know.
Yeah.
You know, they have a different. So it's just sparking, like you said, Amath, you know, that you know, that whole goal that they want chaos, and then they bring in the order. Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Last verse, Psalms 55 and 23. But the power shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days.
Right. Hey, start Slake.
No, go ahead.
Starting with Esau, Edom, you know, but also you Jakes. All right, you rebellious Israelites, you know, you other heathens are going to get caught up too. But the Lord is going to remember. The Lord is using this devil as a whooping stick, as his left hand to administer evil on the earth. And on top of that, you have all the left hand side spirits that are going to get that this devil is working with to commit mass destruction, mass depopulation, death. You know, because they actually communicate with demons to fulfill these global events. That's a worldwide events. You know. Sevid, when the Ovid happened, you don't think they communicated with demons to get that set up? You know, for it, because there was a lot of witchcraft and sorcery throughout, you know, that whole situation up until now, continued, personified, and it gets worse and worse.
Right, that's right. Beautiful. Yeah. And it says, but I will trust in thee, right? And simply put, this is a psalm of King David, and this is the mentality of King David by default under Yahweh, because the Spirit is upon him, and the prophets, starting with the apostles and elders, and the men of the Lord, whom the Lord has selected. He knows who they are by way of his angels. Just wanted to bring that out. That's it.
All right, con.
Yep.
So getting into this article, as you see, is from the People's Voice.tv, and you see here it says Kill Gates predicts Black Swan event will depopulate 94% of global population. So just go ahead and read it, and brothers, of course, let me know when you got precepts. So it says, while the world's attention is fixed on Trump, the Trump administration's rapid dismantling of the deep state, so-called, okay, because that whole thing is a guise and smoke and mirrors as well. Bill Gates is seizing the moment to advance a shocking agenda under the cover of global distraction. He's launching an unprecedented assault on humanity, boldly claiming that human beings are no longer essential to the planet's future. Right? And this is this devil going completely contrary to the Most High, because now he's dictating, what's useful, what's not. And ultimately, when you go into these international bankers, their whole plan is that they're going to hide away in their bunkers and so-called rise up from the ashes like the phoenix bird, right? Mm-hmm. And basically have whatever's left of the world to themselves, right? That's global consolidation, and he's going to do that through mass death and destruction. So it says, in fact, Gates warns that a black swan event is not just possible, it's highly likely, with the potential to wipe out 94% of global population in the near future. Now, a long time ago, the Georgia Guidestones, was that 4 years ago, 3 years ago, they got destroyed. But on those stones, you had they wanted to reduce the population to 500 million.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's a lot of that's a small amount of people less, but a lot of people dead. Okay. Yeah. I want to pull this precept out actually from the comment board. And shalom to the brothers. All right, Akim and Akwat on the board as well. This is from Arya 144 Palal, and it reads, 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, right? And that's the spiritual demon Satan, right? So you got to obviously be circumspect of yourself, but also, his counterpart, his physical counterpart, Esau, Edom. All right, this guy's coming down. He's gonna come down with all kind of wrath, and it's our job to make sure that we're in the spirit. You're tuned in the spirit, because again, this is the Most High's left hand, and its left hand is nothing to be played with. Okay, as we see, we're under his captivity right now. Yeah, this is Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. That's right.
Yeah. Yep. And he got you pushing that MAGA spirit, which we know goes into magi, witchcraft, Wicca. And when you look up MAGA, there's a bunch of different, meanings in different languages. Like in Japanese, MAGA was a god. When you look up MAGA, I believe the name was Magatusi or something like that. When you look it up,
okay,
and that was the god of like disaster, sin, and causing chaos, pretty much. So that's what they're planning to do.
Con. Yep. And it says here, and if history has taught us anything, it's that Gates' so-called predictions have uncanny tendency to come true, almost as if they were less about foresight and more so about forewarning, right? Because a part of these devils, their Freemasonry, right? Their religion, for lack of a better term, is to confess. They got to tell you what they're doing before they do it. And they do that by the means of media, social media, news. You'll use Malak brought out the precept about his tongues were smooth as butter. Right, so that's him having the ability to say things that go over the heads of the people, of the majority of people. If you don't have the Holy Spirit, everything this devil said is going to go right over your head. Okay, so it says hinting at plans already set in motion. Right, before we do, let me just jump down. So it says here, according to Gates, the rise of AI means that it means the vast majority of human beings are useless and the elite will have no need for them in the near future. And then came the kicker. Watch Gates' expression closely as he reveals in telling
revels.
Well, revels, slake.
Yeah, he's excited. These devils are excited, man.
Yeah, God. Expression closely as he revels in telling the world that soon they'll be obsolete. Right now, let me get 2 presets real quick.
Hey, real quick, right? So when you look up, all you gotta do is type in Google MAGA in Japanese, right? And AI, which we're just talking about, pops up, and it says the Japanese word MAGA can mean confusion, complication, or distortion. And then a little down, it says MAGA means confusion, complication, distortion. MAGA Goto means evil things. So that's that whole spirit of, that word magic. Oh, it's just an acronym, but it's so befitting. Just like GOAT, right? Nobody was saying GOAT in the 80s and 90s.
Right.
Even in the early 2000s, that's the thing that came with the spirit. When more witchcraft started to be pushed.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, look at this. You can see it on here maybe, but there's a list brother just sent me of things that the word manga goes into in all these different languages you were talking about. Right? And like for instance, maga in Japanese means wickedness, evil, calamity, disaster. You went into that. Maga is a slang word in Nigeria meaning sucker, fraud, victim, or easily fooled, idiot. Maga means lies in Zulu. Maga means dragon in Sudanese. Maga means sorcerers and female magicians in Italian. So, hey, that whole chant that Trump got, the Babylonian saying, these Americans saying, is a sorcery and witchcraft, man. Causing what? Basically, confusion, disaster, civil unrest, ultimately.
That's a beautiful
order out of chaos, as the elder mentioned earlier.
That's right.
And the thing is, you people are praising demons, so it doesn't matter if Satan's divided. He likes it like that. It's not like the Most High. You're not worshiping the Most High.
That's right.
So you got people saying, "Are you mega? Are you all these different things." So it's like you're labeling yourself. Yeah, I'm mega. Or I'm this, I'm that. You're just putting demons on yourself, man.
Exactly. That's it.
I can tell you, Prophcey, I can tell you what it means to Trump, but I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you folks can go look it up because it was broken down very simple. But I just have here real quick from the Wikipedia, MAGA, in regards to the movement, right? It says movement, meaning, beliefs, origins, Donald Trump, right? And of course, it says make America great again. And then when you click on that link, it just tells you simply put, man, it says this. I'll read this. It says MAGA movement, nativist political movement that emerged in the United States during 2016 presidential campaign of its putative leader, Donald Trump, right? But when you go into it, it just tells you, simply put, what it means to them. But it's a guide to what was just broken down by young elders there. Simply put, man, it's all about wickedness and worshiping Satan. But they guise it really well in here. That's a point on that in regards to
All right.
Hey, Slacky, well, I just typed it in. They said originally used by Ronald Reagan
Oh yeah, you see?
as a campaign slogan in his 1980 presidential campaign. Let's make America great again.
Wow.
So that's how you know that's a demon. That's a spirit they're trying to conjure up.
Con.
Other precept?
Con, let me get this up real quick.
Okay, Khan.
This is Matthew 24 and 22. It reads,
Mhm.
and except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. NLT. In fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened, right? Because this devil is going to go crazy, as it said earlier that he revels in telling what he's going to do to the world. This devil revels in death. Okay, why? Because his blessing is a sword.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, in fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened, not a single person will survive. You see? But it will be shortened for the sake of Yahweh Bashim El Shai's chosen ones. Right? So basically, Yahweh Shai is telling us, letting us know that Esau Edom he's already, his insight or his mindset is already to eradicate everything. You know? And if the Most High allowed him to keep going, he would eventually destroy himself. Because this man, he's wicked. That's what wicked people do. They never get it right. You know? It always gets worse. That's it on that.
Khan. Isaiah 60, verse 2, and it reads, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Right? Going into these MAGA heads, it's a heavy spell, man, heavy witchcraft, people identifying with different clans, and I'm on the right, I'm the left, I'm blue, heavy spell. Look at all these people right now are caught up in bread and circus. Everyone's raving about what's going on social media, who got traded from one organization to another organization. These memes are out. Oh, LeBron after he trades AD, all kinds of shit. And Jake's just like drunk with it, man.
Yep.
So gross darkness. And we go into this word gross, it's thick, it's heavy, Yeah. But the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Right? And that's this truth, this knowledge, this wisdom, this understanding. Right? Rise upon thee, the elect. The elect are gonna have the eye salve that they can see, man.
Right. Con. So that's it on that?
Yeah, that's it on that.
Okay, so continue on here. It says, a chilling consensus has emerged among the global elite. Humanity is a problem, and the solution is fewer people. Right, because it's easier to control a smaller amount of people. Right. Because these guys they're past money. They like to make you believe money is what they care about, and they rather you think the problem is greedy people in terms of money. But no, the problem is people who want to be like the Most High. They want to be like gods. Right. That's the problem, and they're man. Okay, so all that's going to do is lead to wickedness. When man tries to be like God, that's going to lead to wickedness, man. Because you're not God, you're not the Most High, so that's out of order, right? And
well, they can't even handle these bodies. How are they going to be gods if they can't handle these bodies? You guys are sinning in these bodies like it's like you're blinking. So now you want to escape your pain and your consequences of your sins. Now then,
that's right. That's right, man.
That's right.
And it says here, to them, overpopulation isn't just an issue; it's the root cause of the world's greatest crisis.
Yep. And that's a big thing they've been pushing, that depopulation. Shalom. You could just look up a lot of different things, man, on depopulation, because that was a big agenda.
Yeah.
Even this guy, Henry Kissinger, he had a quote on depopulation. He said that should be the highest priority on foreign policy is depopulation. Man.
Holy man. That's funny because it's a crisis for them, Well,
they know for a long time that they have their time is shortening. especially
Yeah,
when men like Abba Bivens and those men, they came out,
right,
that grabbed their
right.
attention. They said, "Yo, we gotta,
We
It's
got
a
to speed
you
up.
problem.
know,
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. So it says, to them, overpopulation isn't just an issue, it's the root cause of the world's greatest crisis. For climate change to economic instability, they argue that our growing numbers are dividing the planet to the, or driving the planet, driving the planet to the brink of collapse. Right. And this is the the lies and the guys that they're going to use, okay, to bring in the MOTB system, right? And this is them basically manifesting complete control, because they're going to tell you how much steps you could take, how much hours of sleep you can take, sleep, how much hours you can sleep, what kind of foods you can have, how much of those foods you can have during the week. Complete control, all right? Because they're pushing the narrative, which is just sorcery and witchcraft of what's it called? Climate change. That's what he said, right? Climate change. All right.
and they showed you that Slacky. They showed you a
Yeah, go
little
ahead.
that guy that posted something, and I think PayPal blocked him or some shit. I forget exactly what happened.
Oh, you mean
But
Facebook?
yeah, he
In
left a
Europe?
comment.
Yeah,
He
he
left
left
a
in
comment,
Europe. Yeah, it was Facebook.
and I think PayPal blocked his account or some shit or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or I think they were gonna fine him.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what it was. They were gonna fine him. So
Yeah.
free speech is gonna be over.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's limited already.
Yeah.
Right?
Gone. Look at the way we have to teach nowadays. It's so many different code words and phrases, man, just to get the truth out. You know.
Salakia,
Yeah. Go ahead.
it will get to the point where, you know, to attach to your digital ID, you're gonna need biometrics just to go online, man.
Yep.
You know, they're gonna say your social credit score is not in good standing. You know,
Yep.
you're a seditionist, right? And you're banned. You can't be pumped. That's gonna be the family of the word.
That's right.
Right. I got this real quick. This is Psalm 64:1. NLT. I'll start at 2. It says, or I'll just start from 1. For the choir director, a psalm of David. O Yahweh, listen to my complaint. Protect my life from my enemies' threats. Hide me from the plots of the evil mob. For this gang of wrongdoers. From this gang of wrongdoers, they sharpen their tongue like swords, right? Basically, that goes also into that demonization that they're going to set upon the Israelites, okay? And only the elect are going to make it through that demonization. The rest are going to fall off, right? They're going to basically take the bag, if they already haven't already, but they're going to take the MOTB. It says they sharpen their tongues like swords and aim their bitter words like arrows, right? So what does an arrow shoot at? A target. Who's the target? The Israelites, starting with the men of the Lord. So best believe Esau Edom has his think tanks set up as to what narrative he's going to spin to make the whole world look at us as basically the cause for the evil that's playing out. Especially on our own people, like you tribes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians. Esau has always been in the position of turning ourselves against each other.
It's just Esau versus Jacob.
Yeah, 100%.
And basically, Esau wants back his birthright.
Yeah, but he always uses Jake to say, when you go into the Maccabees, it was always these priests that were kissing up to Esau to basically overthrow one another.
Yeah.
Because Jake rather fear man than the Most High. So when you have men within, it's not Esau, it's like Israel. They rather fear man than the Most High. So when you have Israelites within the nation of Israel that fear the Most High, the rest of the Israelites, what do they want to do? They want to kill those men because they're the cause of their so-called oppression. Okay. he spins that narrative as well.
Well, Jake wants a good time, right? Because in the Maccabees, it said that there were wicked people. They
Right.
said, since we have departed from the heathen, we have had sorrow. You know,
Right.
so they said, let us make a covenant, because when you go in the history of the Pharisees and Sadducees, I believe it was the Sadducees, they were more traditional.
Yep.
And the Pharisees were more get with the times, you know, so
Yeah,
they were
like
making a
liberal.
lot of the deals
Yeah.
with the king, and they said, yo, let me get a license. I can set up a gym. I can
Yeah.
set up Olympus in the temple,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Basically,
Jake,
liberals
just like when they got out of Egypt, you know, Jake just wants, hey, we want the good times.
God.
Yeah.
That's right. We're like the conservatives, and they're like the liberals. You know.
Exactly.
Verse 4, it says, they shoot from ambush, which when you look up the word ambush means hidden, right? They shoot from ambush at the innocent.
Mhm.
So this devil's going to spin his words, man.
Mhm.
All right. And it says, attacking suddenly and fiercely.
Mhm.
They encourage each other to do evil and plan how to set their traps in secret.
Mhm.
That's why, again, going into Esau Edom's plans for global depopulation.
Mhm.
And out of, within that global depopulation, who do you think he's worried about the most? Is you Israelites, you
That's right.
so-called Negroes, Latinos, North American Indians. That's really his target. If he has to kill his own people to get to you and some heathens too, he don't give a shit. That's easy work. Okay.
Yeah. Collateral damage.
Exactly. That's what he says. Yep. Collateral damage.
He's a devil.
You're just in the way. That's why you died.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a video of Iraq. It came out recently of when they were bombing those guys, and then
Right.
I think they wanted 1 or 2 people, but there was a bunch of people, and the guy just let him up.
Yeah.
You just see the people getting lit up with the bombs. Enough people, like 50, 60 people, you just light them up.
It's devil, man.
Yeah.
Finishing up, it says they encourage each other to do evil and
Mhm.
plan how to set their traps in secret.
Mhm.
Who will ever notice? They ask, right? And you have to understand the reason why these devils, all right, and our own people, the wicked of our own people have this mindset because they don't actually know the Most High.
Mhm.
Okay, the hopeful elect. The reason why they have the fear of the Most High is because they actually know the Most High.
Mhm.
You see, so it's a different mindset. When you think about it, that's how far this devil is away from the Most High, Yahweh, and His Son, and the rest of our people. Okay, so that's why they have that mindset where they think they can get away with everything or anything. Verse 6: as they plot their crimes, they say, "We have devised the perfect plan."
Mhm.
Yes, the human heart and mind are cunning.
Mhm.
But Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai himself, will shoot them with his arrows,
Mhm.
suddenly striking them down. Right? And this ties into Matthew 24. So basically, the Most High is speeding up the times, but he's also going to set up a standard. Right? The scriptures say that he'll set up a standard, right? So that, the elect will be protected. So the Most High is going to intervene through miracles and divine intervention as this devil's looking to wipe out damn near it says 94%.
Mhm.
God.
Finishing up, it says verse 8. Oh yeah, verse 7. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai himself will shoot them with his arrow, suddenly striking them down. Their own tongues will ruin them, right? And that's happening now. And all who see them will shake their heads in scorn, right? And that's happening by the way of the truth, right? Which is spoken by the prophets. Then everyone will be afraid. They will proclaim the mighty acts of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai and realize all the amazing things he does. The godly will rejoice in the Lord Yahweh and find shelter in him, right? And the ultimate shelter okay, is the chariots, where the bodies of the whole elect will be changed. Okay, but before that is going to be all the different miracles that the Most High is going to be performing, all right, through Yahweh Shai and the host of heaven for them. And those who do what is right will praise him. That's it.
I have a precept.
Khan.
Job, I don't know if you brought it out already. Job 18.
Nope.
Job 18 in the NLT. Job 18 and 5 in the NLT.
Mm-hmm.
Surely the light of the wicked will be snuffed out. The spark of their fire will not glow.
Right.
The
Hey,
light.
that's Luciferianism. You know, that's
Exactly.
this way of life.
That's right.
That's why you got people, you know, oh, I want the 90s back. I want the 80s. I want the early 2000s. You got pages on TikTok, Instagram dedicated, you know, people living in that world, man, because pretty much that's when you were indoctrinated. That's when you were enchanted. People back then had no idea that you were in the Matrix, so to speak, you know?
Yeah, exactly, because we didn't know. We're watching like The Simpsons, you know, like we didn't even like know, like, you know, like the basically, like, you know, the stuff what they show in their
the hidden
cartoons.
messages.
Yeah, the predictive programming.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that also
watching the music videos.
Yep.
Bunch of weird ass music videos from the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Like you're seeing like Jay-Z like doing this and all this shit.
I wouldn't know what that is.
We didn't know what that shit was.
And now everything's breaking down. This place Babylon is failing.
Exactly.
So now these people are hurting. They're like, no, I want to go back. We need something
That's
new. We need new wine.
Yep, that's the spirit, man. And that's why two things. That's why he's pushing the new wine is going to be the MOTB, that AI system.
Yep.
Right? That's gonna be that new wine, because that's going to bring a lot of convenience. And then two, also, you know, this devil, when it comes to what you brothers were talking about, his light, you know, his narrative is not working anymore. That's why they're changing up certain terms. Instead of fourth industrial revolution, they say it's a time, or the era of enlightenment, or the time of enlightenment. You know, even Klaus Schwab has said that we need to take back the narrative. So his light is being snuffed out. His knowledge, right, is being snuffed out, and that's going to cause him to dig even deeper within that's why they open up CERN. Why do you think they open up portal accelerators, particle accelerators? Man, they're opening up
the Pope.
Yeah, the Pope is because these guys, their light is running out, so they have to go harder, you know, to get that access. So that causes them in turn to bring more evil on the earth. It all plays into the Most High's plan.
That's right.
You know?
The light in their tent will not. Sorry, the light in their tent will grow dark. The lamp hanging above them will be quenched.
Yeah, Khan. And that light in the tent goes into those families, right? Dynasties. So basically, when you go into the upper ranks of these elites, which are the international bankers, guess what? They're fighting among themselves.
Yeah, the Dukes of Esau. Dukes of Hazzard.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Duke of Hazards, right? Those guys, those are the original Dukes of Hazards, man. And they're fighting among themselves. Why? Because the light in the tent is going out.
Yeah.
You know? Because at the end of the day, they're wicked. They're never going to be able to work together forever. You're wicked.
I was just watching like a clip of Idris Elba where he basically went to England, and he went down to the city of London, like with the gold. And they have so much gold under
oh yeah,
over there, man. They
the
have
bars
like
of gold, right?
Over like 420 million or like $1 billion worth of gold down there.
Not surprised,
over there in England, man. It says
that's the capital.
Yeah, it says the confidence of the wicked will be shortened. Their own scheme will be their downfall.
Right.
So this whole 2030 agenda, they want everything to be basically. They want to have the 2030 agenda and basically have
MOTV.
You know, they want to kill people. Yeah, like they want to slaughter as a lot of people on the earth. and they want to basically have this whole NWO agenda fulfilled by
Yep.
2030.
Yep.
Hey,
And
even that's a big sacrifice.
yeah.
If they actually did that, that'd be a huge sacrifice to Satan, to whatever deity.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's probably why they're talking about it, because they're probably going to have to get to that point where they're going to have to start just wiping people out. That's why this man's going to he's going to show his horns and start raging, because hey, when what is the old saying, when people have nothing they lose it.
Yep.
Right? That's going to be, imagine that with these bankers. They're going to start just letting all hell go loose, and Most High is going to amplify it because it's a part of his will. And that was the point I was going to bring out. It's the reason why what you just read, Conwalk, kind of forgot the precept, but what you just read, the reason why their schemes, they're going to get caught up in their own schemes. Is the reason why is because it's not even their schemes. It's the Most High scheme.
Yeah.
That's right.
The deceived and the deceiver are his.
That's right.
Right. The wicked walketh into a net. They fall into a pit.
See?
A trap grabs them by the heel.
Yeah,
and a snare holdeth them tight.
That's the Most High doing that. And he's doing it through Satan. Yep. Satan is a double agent, man.
Yep.
He's doing it through Satan. Right. Satan don't give a shit about Esau. He's just fulfilling. Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about Esau. He's the ultimate devil, right? So he's fulfilling the Most High's will on the left-hand side.
A noose lies hidden on the ground. A rope is stretched across their path. Terrors surround the wicked and trouble them at every step. Hunger depletes their strength, and calamity waited for them to stumble. That's pretty much it. But this scripture is that the downfall of Esau.
Yeah.
You know.
I had a precept to back you up.
Okay. Go ahead.
This is Job.
I just wanted to mention real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Also, 2/3 of Israel too. You know.
Yeah.
Because Yahushua said, "You're your father, the devil, and you will do the lust that he has done thereof." Roughly paraphrasing, man. Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that.
Go ahead.
This is Job 5:12, NLT. It says, "He frustrates the plans of schemers, so the work of their hands will not succeed. He traps the wise in their own cleverness, so their cunning schemes are thwarted. They find it is dark in the daytime, and they grope at noon as if it were night. He rescues the poor from the cutting words of the strong." And that's what you said about they whet their swords like a tongue. So in that time, they're like, we'll be covered.
Yep.
And rescues them from the clutches of the powerful. And so at last the poor have hope, and the snapping jaws of the wicked are shut. But consider the joy of those corrected by the Most High. Do not despise the discipline of the Almighty when you sin. For though he wounds, he also bandages. He strikes, but his hands also heal. Right. From 6 disasters he will rescue you. Even in the 7th he will keep you from evil. And the 7th we know is the missiles.
Yeah.
And the 7 trumpets. He will save you from death in time of famine, from the power of the sword in time of war.
Right.
You will be safe from slander and have no fear when destruction comes. You will laugh at destruction and famine. Wild animals will not terrify you.
Wow.
Right? And that's the time we're coming into, man. You know, it says, you will be at peace with the stones of the field, and its wild animals will be at peace with you. You know, so that's a hedge. That's a hedge, and that's the Most High showing you, hey, the elect in that time, they're going to be under that, that Eden time, pretty much. They're going to be covered like back in that. It's like a preview of the kingdom. You're going to see a bear is just going to, come up, look at you, and walk away.
Tell you to come this way or lead you.
It might talk to you, the ass and numbers.
Yeah, that's right.
Verse 24. You will know that your home is safe when you survey your possessions. Nothing will be missing. You will have many children. Your descendants will be as plentiful as grass.
Wow.
Right? So that's a lot of tilling, man. A lot of sowing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Forever.
Man,
Mhm.
that was it,
Yeah, 'cause grass is enough.
bro.
Hmm.
That's like
Right?
counting the hair. That's like counting the hairs on your head. You go one,
Yeah,
two. The fuck?
yeah,
You can't count that.
yeah, yeah.
It's gotta.
That's right.
Okay. All right, so let me read a little bit more in here. It says here, Gates has longtime delusions of total world domination since his days at Microsoft. Gates has been funneling billions into a raft of projects that aim to eliminate people and replace them with whatever benefits himself and the global elites. He's not the only one. The depopulation narrative has trickled down from the elites to their allies in the mainstream media, right? Because when you go into Freemasonry, it's deep. It's worldwide, it's global. They have so many different branches, and so many different people are involved. There's people who are involved. The majority of people that are involved don't even know that are involved in the scale that it truly is.
Nope.
And the majority of them don't even know. So it goes deep, right? So it says where TV,
Because Salakia, they do a lot of charity, so called.
right?
You know, they do a lot of charity work, community work. Even where I live, there's a like a town center you go to, you know, like the Walmart and everything, and
Okay.
inside there's a Knights of Columbus, and there's two old Edomites just sitting there with a donation box and saying sign up, you know. So you know those people, they don't know what the hell's going on, right? But that's another sect, the Knights of Columbus. You have the Rosicrucians.
Right.
You have women too. You have the Ashtar. Was it the Eastern Star?
Yep.
Yep.
Right. You got these different groups,
Jack
but
and Jill Club.
But within those groups, you have that top person, you know, and it goes back to somebody above them.
That's right.
You know, and like the Masons, they'll have their lodges different places. Even here, they have a lodge in this town where I live, but it's a small, you know, it's a small ass lodge, you know, and you have regional heads and they
I
report
have
to
it right
somebody.
around where I live. I saw like a couple different lodges around I live in Niagara. There's a whole bunch of them out there.
Yep. So they got regional heads they got to report to, you know, and that guy, there's a headmaster, and there's all, you know, there's different levels, man. It's on a need to know basis.
That's right. Yep. It says here, according to the globalist, I skipped down a couple paragraphs, but according to globalists, human beings are not only using too many precious resources such as water, energy, and land.
Bro, the majority of the planet is water. That's how you know this man's a fucking devil.
That's right. That's right.
And we're here buying microplastic water, man. Fuck out of here.
Wow.
They're also polluting the ocean with plastics. Yep, there you go. Destroying.
And that's Esau, brother. When you go into these things, that's Esau. That's the Rockefellers with the petroleum, with the oil. You know, which they still make billions and trillions of dollars off this shit.
Yeah.
You know, but here they are blaming you.
He never lets a good crisis go to waste.
They have water, energy, which we already knew there's free energy everywhere.
Yep.
Right. There's geo energy from the earth. There's energy in the air. You know. Right. But then here you have a smart meter. You know, Hydro One talking about you got a late payment notice. You know.
I know.
Fucking paying hydro and electricity. And then enough land. There's more than enough land for people, man. You know how empty this place is?
I'm off. I sent you a video. I don't know if you could put it in the group chat in the water on the forum.
Yeah.
It's the same Bill Gates, but it's like a short little clip.
You gotta be careful because the numbers pop up.
Yeah, it's okay.
On the live, you know.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, just the Bill
numbers?
Gates. Yeah.
Yeah, the phone numbers. You don't want to.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You're on live, bro.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
True.
You got them roaches.
Yeah, them roaches.
But okay.
They got his number. I got Kanawak.
Yeah. Yes.
Kanawak.
Yeah. I changed my number. It's alright.
That's true.
Yeah, but because even before you guys were doing your live, I was looking on Instagram, and then I just seen Bill Gates, you know, and he's pushing this whole depopulation. The same thing what you guys are talking about. So that's why I just came in the live.
Okay.
So it's the spirit, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, this is fair use. All right, we're not making any money off of this video. It's strictly for educational purposes only. Okay.
This big benefit. The key thing you can do to reduce population growth is actually improve health.
In the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations.
I would like to reduce the number of people on the planet because there's too many of us.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population,
Wait. What the?
more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that.
We're taking things that are, genetically modified organisms, and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein.
What the?
So in the next 5 to 10 years, next pandemic, we'll solve all those problems.
You say the next pandemic, there will be another pandemic.
Absolutely. We don't know when.
History teaches us that the next pandemic is a matter of when, not if.
We know what's next. We're going to have another major coronavirus pandemic before the end of this decade, before 2030.
If we really want to prevent the next pandemic.
All right, we get it.
Yeah, it's just so they're just pushing this whole narrative, that they're pushing this 2030, So Esau, he's running out of time,
Hey, which that part where he's like, if we do a really good job, that whole speech, that was right before the vid. I remember that. That was, I think, that was a TED Talk or something, but I remember it was like 2018, 2019. So.
Read a little bit more. It says they're also polluting the oceans and with plastics, destroying ecological systems and contributing nothing to the future of human civilization.
Yeah, they're spraying the air because that's why everyone's sick right now. So so much people are sick because they're spraying all these chemicals in the atmosphere.
Recall of food. You don't even know what to eat now. Everything is recalled, man.
Yeah.
You just have to pray before you eat. It's as simple as it gets, man.
Hey, we shall eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles.
That's right.
Right?
Yep. So it says, therefore, the thinking goes, they must be exterminated. The real challenge for the global elites is keeping the masses oblivious, convincing them they're not being exterminated, and that's a challenge because the truth is being spread out, right?
That's the fight.
That's right. Even as
it's like as soon as something happens, it's already on different platforms and people are talking about it. Back in the day, people you got to think about it, man. Like all you brothers are old enough to remember, like that feeling of the news came on, you're on the TV, you're watching the TV. You didn't have no phones. You didn't have no go on your computer and check this. It was just you get the feed and that's it. And then what you do with that is up to you. But there's not much options because you can't go to let me Google this or it was just you receive it. But now Esau lost, like you said, the narrative.
Yeah.
So he's just like shit. He's like let me bring out fact checks, and AI bots and all these things to scour. Be like sentinels and say, "Oh, that's misinformation. That's misinformation."
That's right. That's right, man.
Oh.
And it says here to be exterminated, even as they go about their lives defending their oppressors, glumping down the toxic, glumping down the toxic chemicals, and lining up for extermination darts.
Yo, man, you remember those videos, man? The lineups of people. I'm just like, yo,
I remember being in the lineup myself. Like in terms of the grocery stores.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the injections. The sites. Those sites.
Been around.
Dart sites.
there was there was blocks and blocks.
I remember
of
seeing
people
that. Yeah.
lining up.
It was cold, man. People waiting there.
Yeah. With masks on.
And then they
outside.
get it, right? They get it. They get the sticker. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
I'm
you know,
fully.
I got it.
Yeah.
Get yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Con.
Right.
That's funny. I remember that. It says to pull
Boost
this
the juice.
off. Yep.
Boost
Exactly.
the juice.
Exactly.
And for all of that, to Fauci come out and say, "Hey, you know what? Just kind of made it up," and people still don't care because you people are enchanted, man. You guys just want your TikTok fix or whatever you're doing with your life.
Yeah.
Your useless life. You guys are useless because you're a product of the elites, so they made you useless.
That's right. That's right. Con. Yep. These death shots were called safe and effective when they were really dangerous and deadly. Those who gave in to these apparent authorities, influencers will likely pay for that bad decision with their lives. Meanwhile, aggressive family planning campaigns to developing nations funded by billion-dollar organizations like the Gates Foundation, the UN Population Fund, and the USAID are presented as humanitarian efforts while quietly advancing a depopulation agenda. Right? You got Planned Parenthood.
Mm-hmm.
That's the depopulation agenda for just you Jakes. Okay. Policies encourage euthanasia, sterilization, abortion, and abortion are packaged as empowering, masking their true purpose. This Luciferian ideology is being sold to us in plain sight. That's basically it. There's a lot more, but I don't want to read all of it.
Yeah, like the founder was Margaret Sanger of Planned Parenthood, and I have a quote where it says, "This is by Margaret Sanger." It says, "We do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population." You know, so she was all about that. Yeah.
Well, remember they had put out that they want to separate the they want to make a new Beetlejuice and separate it from the Negroes and the so-called Caucasians. So they're trying to keep it separated already to.
Well, you remember when they came out? When they came out, I remember Bill and Melinda Gates. They came out and said, "Look, we need to urgently get this to Black and Native American population."
That's right.
Yep.
That's on record. Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah.
They're wicked, man.
I got a precept here real quick. This is Proverbs 10:9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion. As a lion in his den, right? His think tanks, right? Their castles and all that. It says, he lieth in wait to catch the poor. And that's what we're just talking about. He was catching the poor with the poison dart before. And now he's gonna do it through death and ultimately to lead you to being MA Arcade. Okay. It says to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Right? So that poor is the Israelites. The net is that trap. Okay, these are going to cause this black swan event that's going to lead a lot of Israelites that know they're Israelites, as their leaders are misleading them to be basically trapped up. All right, but the elect are going to be guided through the Holy Spirit and the fear of the Lord, which is obedience, divine obedience, through those times.
That's the spirit 11:11.
Con.
Spiritual.
So that's it. That's it for me. I don't know if brothers got any other precepts you want to bring out.
Real quick, I have Isaiah 29 from the NLT, just summarizing this man's delusion of grandeur and the God complex. It says kind of like right in your face in Isaiah there, 29 of the NLT. Baba Kishar, brother Shama, is there any way you can pull that up for me?
Which one?
Kishar? Isaiah 29, just a couple of verses there from 14 to 16, right? Yeah. The precepts came out about this man's grand delusions and his God complex. So NLT, pull it up, NLT.
NLT? Oh, Salakia. Hold on. Isaiah 29.
14 to 16, real quick. So let's go here.
Isaiah 20, verse 14 in the NLT, and it reads, "Because of this, I will once again astound these hypocrites with amazing wonders.
Ooh.
The wisdom of the wise will pass away, and the intelligence of the intelligent will disappear."
Right. Right. Yep. And also, you, 2/3 of you people, in regards to hypocrites as well, right?
What sorrow awaits those who try to hide their plans from the Lord Yahweh,
Right. Yep.
who do their evil deeds in the dark.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
They're doing them right now.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Right now, there's supposed to be the Super Bowl. I think it's on Sunday. So a lot of ritual. I think I believe it's in New Orleans.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! That's where they started off the year.
Exactly.
With the people getting run over.
Exactly.
Oh,
So expect something big.
Damn.
Expect something big.
Right now,
Lord willing.
someone's blinking twice on some island. Having a good time.
Having a
Yeah.
great time.
Or yeah, that's right. In a mansion or in a castle.
Chilling.
Yeah, man. They're going hard, bro.
That's right.
go
Warp speed.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The Lord Yahweh can't see us, they say. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, because you don't know him. That's why you
That's
think
right.
that.
Beautiful.
You know, if you knew the Most High, you wouldn't think that. You know, Esau thinks he knows the Most High, and that's why it says the pride of his heart has deceived him. You don't know the Most High, but when the Most High unleashes Yahweh Shai, you're going to know the Most High Yahweh. Right? Through Yahweh Shai and the rest of the elect. You're going to know him for sure. You Edomites are going to feel it.
That's right. The Lord doesn't have a relationship like that with you, Esau.
Nah, man. He don't know.
2/3.
Hey, truly, the kingdom really is for the elect, man. When you go into it, man. Like that first 1,000 years is just the elect. You know, 2/3 are going to be coming in, but they're going to be busy with, you know, the shame that you know, of their lives and their past lives.
Yeah, things are going to be moving. The the 2/3 are going to be being born, but things are already going to be moving, buildings.
That's
you
right.
know,
Yeah.
like a lot of stuff, business.
Yeah, con.
16th verse. How
And
foolish.
it's like, and I have to make that point. It's going to be like the elect is rebuilding the earth in a sense again.
Right.
By themselves. That's how they did in the beginning. Right. Because it was just the elect and Yahweh Shai and Yahweh.
The first fruits.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
First fruits of all this.
Because we're gonna take everything, man. We're gonna take all the nation's wealth.
Well, it's our wealth. We're gonna take it back.
Yeah,
we're gonna take it
gonna
back.
take everything.
No, I know what Kanwak means because they have their stuff. You know, like India is known as a land of spices, so we're gonna need all that.
Asia, Japan, China, and all them. They have a lot of resources over there too.
Yep.
Yeah,
and we can't imagine.
We made those resources.
Yeah,
if we're of the elect, we made those resources.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we need those things, you know.
Yeah,
we're gonna need them.
The Most High said He's gonna do better unto us than in Eden and than in the beginning.
Exactly.
It's gonna be better than the first estate. So we don't know how. You know, that's.
Scripture say, "Ye shall suck the milk of the Gentiles." Roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, I think Isaiah 60.
Nurturing
today.
Nurturing.
Right.
Yeah.
Tobit mentions the streets will be paved in gold.
That's right,
bro.
Yeah.
No more asphalt. No more.
With gold,
iron,
no more fucking concrete. You know, you're gonna have stones in different places, so that's gonna be an abundance of wealth.
Wow.
Wow.
So that means no more, nobody stealing shit, nobody, everything's just nobody melting the fucking gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's
It's
right.
gonna be righteous.
Yeah.
Scripture say the tree shall sing, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, to rejoice.
Yeah, because the stones,
which is twofold, right? The people and the actual trees too. Nature. Yeah, you're right.
But our bodies, this concrete does a number on our cartilage, man, our joints.
True.
You know, we're all jacked up.
The body's worn out, man.
Worn out, bro. By the time you hit 35, it's downhill from there, bro.
I'm that time.
Today
I'm
there
that
was a
age.
video. There was a video circling today of an old Indian man. He's
By the
300
time
years
you
old.
hit 30, shit.
Yeah. You get gray and shit.
Hey,
Sugar
being
years,
30
man.
now being 30 in 2025 is not like what it was back then, man. It's worse now. But go ahead, finish up.
Yeah, the
No,
free
I was.
radicals.
Yeah, go ahead. The precept.
No, no.
You reading the precept?
No.
No,
Okay,
Banemin, or not Banemin, Shema.
Yeah, verse 16. How foolish can you be? He is the potter, and he is certainly greater than you, the clay. Should the created thing say of the one who made it, he didn't make me? Does a jar ever say the potter who made me is stupid? Soon, and it will not be very long, the forests of Lebanon will become a fertile field, and the fertile field will yield bountiful crops. In that day, the deaf will hear the words read from a book, and the blind will see through the gloom and darkness. The humble will be filled with fresh joy from the Lord Yahweh. The poor will rejoice in the Holy One of Israel.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. That's powerful stuff because men just broke it down in essence there in spirit and in truth. Looking forward to the kingdom, behind us a desolate wilderness, man. I just have I quoted off, right? Second Corinthians 6:10. It says, as sorrowful yet always rejoicing, as poor yet making many rich, as having nothing and yet possessing all things. So that's what's waiting for the Lord's elect, his select elect, right? That he's going to thrust through and, basically setting up the first fruits of the first fruit of all living, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it starts with this truth.
That's right.
I mean,
That's right.
us now, right? We have everything, but yet are poor, which means in the world, you might look at us as in the world we're lacking, we're daily bread, right? But we have everything, which is this knowledge, the truth.
That's right.
Because when you look at Solomon asked for wisdom before all riches, but yet he ended up being the richest man at that time.
Yeah, just like Slaki, like you said, like Paul said, we are well known and yet not known, something like that in the book of Corinthians.
Right.
We're not like these big, YouTubers or whatever kind of bloggers. And they steal from starting with the apostles on down. From the Israelites, they steal a lot of content. Some of these Bible guys or conspiracy guys, and they're well known. But in a sense, we are well known because everybody kind of knows about the Israelites. But it's like, just you guys are crazy. Just
we're the underdog, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
The scripture came out earlier on Isaiah 59:19, the standard. So that's how, which is the truth. And started. We can go back. Simply put to the Lord raised up Abba Bivens, and then later on the apostles. Okay, so yes, that's true. The standard is the truth. All right, that's the Lord's going to put that. Put that. He's rehearsing it first and foremost with his election, right? And it goes on to talk about the name right there in 59 and 19. Right, standard and a name. In other words, those who have that relationship with him, like Young Elder just said. Right.
Like this guy Black Ram, he has a big platform, but he watches GMS. He's been watching GMS.
Yeah.
Right, Black Ram. You get a 13.
Alpha Strategies, I think.
Yeah, Manosphere guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of guys like that. Some of them say they do, and then some of them don't say who they learn things from. You know, they don't give the credit to the apostles. Just like the first people to break loose about women in general were you know, that video, "You're a Slut."
Yeah.
That vintage, that antiquity video that made it to World Star, which you know, marked a lot of people because they talk shit. But those were the men that really started that whole manosphere, alpha male, red pill, all this, you know, about women. It was from the apostles, man.
That's right. Standard.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, 59 and 19, brother, is there. I'll just read it, right? It summarizes what Young Elder just broke down, and we talked about it before. It says, I'll read it from the NLT, Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, in the West, people will respect the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. In the East, they will glorify him, right? First and foremost, his first fruits. Okay, starting with them, starting with the apostles and the elders on down. Okay. And it says, for he will come like a raging flood tide driven by the breath of the Lord. Right. They didn't use standard there in the NLT, right? But it just goes back
Same
to the
difference.
reputation. Oh, Apakasha?
No, just saying same difference.
Yeah, same difference. That's it. That's the point.
Con. Beautiful. All right, so with that, we're going to close up this lesson. Lord willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. We're going to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh.
Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Bakodash.
Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Mosul who rule well and have taught us this word in truth and sincerity, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000. That's pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the 4 corners of the earth. All right, Abba Ball, Kwama Shala,
Shalom.